Hello, YouTube. Wow, it has been I don't even know how long since we last said that. We're here with Trading Card Shop Simulator. Um, However, the TCG Shop Simulator game it's a little different than what you might experience if you downloaded it for yourself. As you can see, right away we got some Pokemon theming right there. That is because this is Project TCG Overhaul. It is a mod package that completely overhauls the game experience. So yeah, we're just gonna get cracking on it. Quit my day job. I have my own card game store. This is it. Time to get down to business. I really thought about this, and this is an old channel. This is a really old meme. Checks out, right? So yeah, I heard you like cards, and yeah, so open phone and stock up on card packs. Now this is where you're going to see the biggest difference. Um, yeah, so stock order is where you would normally go. However, you can see there's a ton of shops. That is because we have added just an absolutely metric ton of different cards. So we have this is by default this is the card set that comes with the mod. This is like all of the Gen 1 stuff. So you start with base set, Jungle, Fossil, base 2, Rocket, then the what is it? Gym Heroes, Gym Challenge. And then you get into the first editions, high shop level, super expensive. That is like an end game. These you don't sell because, as you can see, there's a wholesale stock that restocks at like one a day, roughly on average. This is more for collection purposes. But anyways, that is so this game it's kind of balanced to where you can start with base set. You can only ever do Pokemon cards if that's what you choose. So, yeah, that's one shop. Then you go here. We got Poke cards. This is your more modern stuff. So like you got Ascended Heroes, Mega Evolution, Phantasmal Flames, Black Bolt, and this goes all the way back to Gen 3. So the only real cards that you're missing is that Gen 2 era. There's an update coming to the mod that is going to add those, but for now there's a gap in that. Again, these are more of like collection purpose cards. You can sell these for sure, but there's just so many sets. You're definitely not going to put all of them in your shop. There's just not enough shelf space to accommodate that, obviously. But the point is that there's all of that. That's the next shop. Then you've got their Pokemon Pocket shop. These are really cool. This is another separate mod. However, the really cool thing about this is the animated cards have their full animation. So that's really cool about the Pocket series. Again, I've not really ever put these out in a shop. I use those more for collection purposes. Then you got Lorcana. Lorcana's kind of a big deal, obviously. So you got all the Lorcana sets there. Again, um, it's balanced in a way that you could only ever do Lorcana if that's like your thing. Digimon, again, it's kind of balanced in that same way. You can start with just a Digimon card store. Ton of Digimon expansions in here. Then you've got Yu-Gi-Oh. There's supposedly I think every Yu-Gi-Oh expansion. I don't know. I only downloaded through um, set 28 here, which is Duelist Genesis because uh, yeah, I don't really. They have waves, and through this wave was like I think Light of Destruction is like when Yu-Gi-Oh GX ends. When that's really when I tapped out of the Yu-Gi-Oh fandom, anyways. So this is like the only cards that I'm gonna recognize. So I didn't really download all of them, but there's 22 waves I believe, and I downloaded the first 7. So we definitely don't have all of the Yu-Gi-Oh, but we have all the Yu-Gi-Oh that's relevant, in my opinion. Then you got sports cards. Um, just a ton of different options as far as sports cards go. Um, just so many sports cards. Um, you know, we'll definitely be picky and choosy about them. The reason to have all of them is customers obviously bringing stuff in to sell. They'll bring some higher end sports cards in that are good to place on your singles table when your shop gets to a higher level just to generate that revenue, or use as tournament prizes, things like that. That's really the where the sports comes in as a gold mine. Um, so yeah, again, you can work with just a sports card store. Then the brain rots is more of like an catch-all category. We've got the Topps Chrome, Disney, the Disney Neon, Halo, the Pokemon Topps 2004, these Minecraft random Minecraft sets, SpongeBob Chrome, and then the original Topps Pokemon. Like so many different ones in here as well to collect. Then you move on to Pokedoodles. Pokedoodles are really cool if you don't know what Pokedoodles are. They're pretty sweet. We'll get into those. Again, those sell really well, but that's a higher level thing. Then you got Pokenauts. Again, something really cool if you don't know what those are. Then you got HoloLive. I'm not too familiar with HoloLive. It kind of comes with the base mod, so it's all in Japanese. So I'm assuming it's like I think that's Japanese. It's all in Japanese, I assume, and I'm sure that's some kind of card game and that is popular there. Some kind of TCG, but it's included in the base mod, so that's why we have it. Then we got Chaotic. If you never watched Chaotic, this is just like a nostalgia thing for me to add in Chaotic. And then there's Alestrals. And then, yeah, that's all the shops. And then you have your tracker. So this will track your collections. So, filter, so base game, Tetramon, and then the Destiny set, and then Ghost. Yeah, all of that. So, we have Pokemon Gen 1. And yeah, and then once you start unlocking licenses, you unlock the other. So like when we start to unlock the, see, we don't have the licenses, so it's not like if we were to buy the Ascended Heroes license right now and go in there, the Ascended Heroes would pop up. The other cool thing is in-game overhaul is in this. So what in-game overhaul does, here's the guide. Well tokens. Well tokens are exclusive currency of this overhaul. You earn them by trading grade 10 cards to wealthy customers, Wells, who visit your shop. The number of tokens depends on the card's market value. Higher value cards reward more tokens. Spend your tokens on permanent upgrades, temporary boost, or whatever else gets added down the road. There's something worth saving for. The big thing is the Wizard of the Coast promos. These are the only way to get these is through in-game overhaul. And then, of course, there's the upgrades. So you can carry more packs in your hand. It's a scaling cost, so like the next one won't be 20. Quick reveal, just speeds results calculation, allows you to execute auto light switch. The auto light switch, there's an easier way to obtain that. Workers, you can upgrade your workers, so you can literally upgrade when you get a worker. You can upgrade their base stats, which is it's awesome. You can lower their wages, wage reduction, movement speed, XP boost, serves less customer, multi-box carry. There's just all kinds of really cool upgrades you can get. So, again, scaling costs. These workers can be beastly when you get to your stock, in. Temporary buffs. I don't know if there's any of those. This is the really big thing. Pack openers. So you're limited to 2 pack openers at a time until you unlock more through the in-game overhaul. But like I said, the Wizard of the Coast promos, that's the main thing I'd be focused on first, I think, with in-game overhaul, just because this is the only way to get them. And I forgot to say that when we were in the collection tracker, there's a point shop. So this is why I said the auto light switch. 2,500 really isn't that many points. It's like you complete 2 sets, I think, and you got that. Auto open shop as well. Auto opens the shop sign at the start of each day. The no smelly customers would be great if in-game overhaul, or if TCG overhaul didn't already, take care of that. This is free. It doesn't cost any of the coins you get. It's just about the number of sets you complete. You get faster opening on the machine, and you get more pack capacity on the machine. So, pretty cool. So, yep, that is everything I would say. Yeah, I would say that's everything on that. Let's see, is there anything I forgot to mention? Grading, yes, grading has an overhaul in this as well. You see, this is what you'd see in the base game. However, there's PSA, and there's also Beckett. So you'll have a on the side here. There's grading odds and the price multipliers. So obviously PSA, we all know how PSA is. You know, PSA 10s are more valuable, so it's a bigger price multiplier. Um, but the grading odds are lower. And then Beckett Black Label, obviously, skyrockets that value. The tens, even a 10 in a Beckett is going to be a bigger multiplier, but like a 9.5 is a 4x, you know, and yeah, it's just, you don't, like a 9.5 is a 21% chance. If you want to just go for like almost a guaranteed 3x, you got a 38% chance with this one. So the grading is different. You can just kind of pick your grading and what you're doing. Higher value cards, you're definitely always sending to Beckett. Those mid value cards, you're going to send to PSA. However, I don't really prefer the PSA labels in this mod. Only if I'm submitting stuff to sell would I use PSA. If I'm submitting it to display, it's definitely going to be this grading, the TCG grading. PSA though, if you're going to use the tens for whale tokens, like you're going to try to farm tens for whale tokens, you're definitely going to want to go PSA. Again, it just boosts that value so much that you're going to want to do that. And then, like I said, the really high end stuff, obviously that goes to Beckett. So you want to, because you're going to get a black label. I think that's everything. We're just going to kind of jump in. As you can see, there's a custom background. I went with the Gengar. There's some pretty cool ones. I like the Mega Charizard one a lot. I had that for a while. I kind of switched it up. I really like the Squirtle one too. It's pretty cool. But we're going to rock with the Gengar one for now. But yep, let's just get into it. So we're supposed to stock the shelves. I didn't really think about what kind of route I wanted to take here. We're gonna get 2 boxes of base set. So let's go ahead and purchase that. And then I also want to get something else. Like I want to kind of that license is too expensive for. Let's do Pokemon and Digimon. Let's throw like a Let's rock a 90s vibe here. We got Pokemon and we got Digimon. We can appeal to either customer. That's our selling point to customers right now is like Pokemon, Digimon. You know, that was the thing at this time. That was definitely the thing at this time. We're gonna want to get a warehouse shelf as soon as possible because customers do not like when you throw things on the floor like that. So, I was gonna go Tetramon, which is the base shop simulator TCG, but I don't like buying the 32 pack boxes just because I don't like that. I don't prefer that. But yeah, we're gonna rock with this. So we always do market price, 10%, round it up or down, just depending. 10%, round it, boom. Okay, and we're open for business. I always turn the light on at the beginning of the day just because I forget if I don't. Yeah, and we now just got to successfully complete the 5 checkouts. So some other mods will become apparent. We got quick scan there. Yeah. Oh, we forgot to do one mod just to speed up progression, and so this series doesn't drag on for me. We've got the double money and the double experience as well with the credit card only. That just speeds things up because the game can be a little bit of a slog at the beginning, especially. So the double money, double experience just speeds that up. It's kind of cheaty, but at the same time, I don't really, the base game just kind of slow. So, yep, now we just play the waiting game. We got to have customers come in to get the 5 checkouts. Once we get to that level 2, we'll throw another shelf out there, and we'll throw some Tetramon out there and kind of expand the shop a little bit. So, like you'll see here, so like 51, that'll be 102. So yeah, it just kind of speeds things up for you. That's the idea. So, like $50, yeah. So let's throw another shelf out here. We need level 4 for another shelf. Well, we can throw a small cabinet. We don't need much for the Tetramon at the moment. We'll just throw that kind of in the corner. I don't really like that, but we'll do it. Okay, thank you. 124, and that's gonna be okay. Yeah, nice. Okay, so let's stock order. Again, I don't like doing the 32 at a time. I like doing the 64 at a time, just because of the way that shelf counters work. But yeah, we're gonna definitely have Tetramon. No, do not buy the Tetramon. Shoot. The problem if they buy it before you set the price is they get it at whatever the unit cost is, and that's annoying. Stop. There we go. Okay. Oh, that's so annoying. Okay, we're out of Tetramon already. Yep, see, he's going to get it all at the unit price. But it is what it is. We weren't quick enough on labeling. This guy's going to try to sell something already. Okay, let's see what he's going to offer us. Customer trades here. These are always interesting. No, thank you. And that's $20. And now, yep, got to open 3 packs of cards, but we really need to restock. We'll have a chance to restock. We have a chance to breathe. Unlike when you get later in the game when you don't even have a chance to breathe. That's why you have employees later in the game. We're going to need more Tetramon because it is... That guy hit the Tetramon hard because he got it at such a bargain. Bro, imagine doing that in real life. Like walking in and be like, oh, you haven't priced this on the shelf yet? You gotta sell it to me for what you paid for it. Like, no. That's not how it works in real life. Oh, perfect. We could actually get... This is perfect. I'd rather do this anyway. So let's do that. And yeah. Okay. So let's do. There we go. People love the booster boxes. Now, I definitely need to get the boxes out. So another thing that we haven't really covered is the reviews. There's a mod included in this called Reviews Matter. Essentially, reviews affect the amount of items that customers will purchase, the amount of money customers will spend in your store, that kind of thing. So reviews, you want positive reviews. So you don't want to do anything to upset your customers. You'll see them say stuff over their head, things like that. Like, still at that price. Yeah, great value here. Good. Some positive stuff coming in. Oh my gosh, the Digimon is selling fast. Holy cow. The Digimon is definitely our most popular product so far. Alright, and then this Jabroni, he wants to sell us. I mean, that's a pretty good single to throw out early on. That's pretty high end, and we got a good deal on it. Okay, so grab packs off the shelf and rip them. Yeah, I'll get back to the tasks in a second. We need more Digimon, but first, what I want to do is this. I need an empty box. I should not have thrown that box away. I know how to get an empty box. Yeah, customers don't give you a chance to do nothing, man. We'll we'll do that task as soon as we don't have other little busy work to do around the shop here. We gotta order more Digimon, and we're gonna do that. Boop. All right, let's see. So first things, we do this. Okay, we got rid of that. We don't need that small cabinet anymore, because now we can get the actual shelving we want. Okay. I think we can get... Yes, we can. Booster boxes. Perfect. Okay. That's awesome. I was waiting on that. Okay. Throw that here. Costs a fortune, way overpriced. Not really, bud. No, nothing's overpriced. I literally did the pricing the same on everything. Wow, we are hurting for both Digimon and Pokemon. And our Tetramon has got hit pretty hard too. Okay, all right, hang on. Oh, Raggy. They're probably not happy about that. All right, let's see. So we need it's happening so fast. Okay, we need that, and we need that. Yeah, let's... Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. Throw some of those on the shelf. We need a warehouse shelf so desperately. Okay. That can go there. And then this. We're offering a new product in Digimon, folks. Check it out. We can only afford one box of that, which is not ideal. If you don't do the trade, they get mad. Yep. Dude really interrupted me for nothing. Okay. Then this. I'll be right with you guys. Okay. Yeah, you're waiting in line. Oh no, there's one person here. Okay. Why is the line always so slow? Bro, it's the first day this place is open. You don't even know that. Okay. 59. You've been waiting all day. That's an exaggeration. And, yep. There we go. Alrighty. Let's see. Bro, the one thing this game nails is customers. I'll tell you what, because customers do be like that in real life. They'd be like, I've been waiting all day. It's like you literally just got in line, man. You've not been waiting all day. That's crazy to say. Let's restock there. Okay. So we have, how many products, individual products we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 individual products. I think a basic warehouse shelf holds 4 individual products. Because we've not unlocked the big one yet. So we need 2 of these, which is $1,000, which sucks. So we only can get 1. That's not good. We'll put it there for now. Again, not ideal placement, but it'll work for now. We should be able to afford another one. Yeah, okay. Go ahead and buy another one. Progression things like this you definitely want to buy. You want to prioritize over stock and things like that. Because as long as you have stock, it doesn't matter if you're out of stock of certain things. It's just, it is what it is. You'll make the money to restock it eventually. But you definitely want these warehouse shelves ASAP because it's quality of your life. Because customers do not like when you stack boxes on the floor, and I do not like stacking boxes on the floor, because if I stack boxes on the floor, then I have to go and look at each individual label and figure out what everything is. Yeah, it's a whole thing. So this makes restocking easier too, is just checking and seeing. Oh no, I had stacked something on top. Oh no, I made an oopsie. How many packs is it? Let's rip some packs. They can wait. Oh, the nostalgia of opening base set. Here's my controversial hot take, though. I think base set is overrated. As somebody who got into Pokemon during base set, like it's nostalgic, but I don't think these artworks were that great. They were definitely still finding their way as a TCG. Some of this artwork is like iconic, but only because it's the original. Like if base set came out today, do you know how disappointing it'd be? Like they'd be like, "There's no good arts." Um, no full arts. Again, they were finding their way as a TCG, so that could be forgiven. But it's just like we have a really long line of customers, and I'm standing here opening packs. Imagine walking into a store and seeing this line, and then yeah, that'd be funny. But yeah, as I said, they were finding their way. Um, they're at the time, I guess full arts weren't really a thing. But the point is, this is nostalgic for me to rip base set, but it's only because of the nostalgia factor that it's like, oh yay, base set. Otherwise, I'd just be like, oh, it's base set, because base set is kind of boring. There's really only the Charizard. I mean, there's the Mewtwo, I guess, the Blastoise, the Venusaur. There's the other starters. Those are iconic artworks. But I don't know. It just to me, base set's kind of boring. The artwork on the commons aren't amazing. Again, if base set came out today, it'd be awful. But then again, it can't be compared to today, because if it came out today, it would have, like, the Charizard would have a full art, the Mewtwo would have a full art. The the hits would be full arts. IRs, Charizard would definitely be an SIR. Like, we would have modern modern things to it. So obviously you can't 1-to-1 compare it, right? I want to throw some Yu-Gi-Oh out there too, because again, if we're going like 90s nostalgia, come on now, you gotta have Yu-Gi-Oh thrown in there. We gotta have a little Yu-Gi-Oh section going. We got Pokemon, we got Digimon, and then we have made up Tetramon. But at the time, it wouldn't surprise me if something named Tetramon had come out to try and compete. Everything was trying to compete with Pokemon at the time, So yeah, look at that. We got a nice little thing here. So we need that. It's probably going to take a good bit. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, that's stocked up. We're a little low on... See, it's hard in the beginning here. It's hard in the beginning to stay stocked on the, more desirable things. Our next task is to buy a play table and put it in the shop. We cannot afford a play table. So, yeah. That is going to be our first goal. Love the snapping feature. Okay. We're going to move the warehouse shelves now. Snap together. There we go. Okay. I hate that. I hate how it does that. I want it to be lined. There we go. I'd rather it be against the wall. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Yeah, we're good to start the next day. Got a decent amount of product offering. We've got 2 different Digimon sets. We've got 2 different Pokemon products, 2 different Tetramon products, and then the 1 Yu-Gi-Oh product. The Tetramon product is technically the same set. The Pokemon is technically the same set, but it's different. And so you'll see at the end of the day how many upset customers, your summary, yada, 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 all of this, the daily report. Yay, we lost $3,000 today. Whoa! Let's lose money. It's like operating a card shop in real life. But, we definitely got the stock to turn this around. Come on. Bro, just want to point out, this is a sketchy part of town to put a card shop in. Like, it does not look... Yeah. It does not look, what's the word I'm looking for here? It does not look like the best part of town at all. There we go. Now we can afford a play table. Dang. 2 big spinners right off the bat. That's crazy. Oh. Jungle unlocked. Jungle unlocked. Again, Jungle, it's one of those vintage sets, so it's really hard to compare it to modern day. You have the evolutions in Jungle, so I guess it's a little more iconic just solely based off of evolutions. Evolving Skies, Prismatic Evolutions. You're obviously, you're talking about printed money when you throw evolutions in a set. So that was even the case back then. Eevee's always been a thing. A lot of people act like Eevee's just been hard pushed recently, but it was hard pushed back then too. Everybody loved Eevee. It's cute. It has multiple evolutions. It's kind of like you can put your own personality into it because it has so many different evolutions. It was always a thing. A lot of people were upset when Ash never caught the Eevee. It's a whole thing. So, yeah. Eevee's always been a thing. I don't buy into the propaganda that they've just been pushing it in modern times. It was always pushed. Holy cow. That's a big order. Yep, you cleared me out. Thanks, bro. Thanks for clearing out my Tetramon. God, we cannot keep that stocked. That is our hottest product. I bought that shelf, by the way, to expand, obviously, our product selection. If that wasn't obvious enough. Obviously, we're going to throw Jungle. We've been talking about it. We're going to do Jungle. I'm going to move Digimon over, so Jungle is next to base set, just to keep things looking clean and organized. That's the main reason. Goodness gracious. Okay. I really need to order, before I worry about ordering Jungle. We need 2 of these. Okay. Because keeping it stocked has been like pulling teeth. We could definitely use a top up. Oh no. My mistake. I missed again. Jeez. That's what happens when you're trying to rush. Oh, base that guy hit hard. Holy cow. Okay. Ah! The Yu-Gi-Oh is getting hit pretty hard, which is good. That's good. Okay. Like I said, we're gonna buy Jungle to place there next to base set. I just think it's clean to like organize everything. Personally, level 12 until we get booster boxes. Ouch, the Jungle license is expensive. So for now, Jungle will have, you are not doing this to me. Okay. Alright. For now, Jungle is just going to take up 2 shelves like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Just to, just to fill out the shelf. Okay. Alright. Okay. That's a Wayne Ellington, not a Tony Douglas. Alright. Is what it is. Alright. Dude This is a ripoff? What are they so mad about? It's market price plus 10%. Round it up. Yeah, that's not a ripoff. Cost a fortune. It's $3. And it keeps selling out. This cost a fortune. Let me buy all of it. I mean, to be fair, that's what Pokemon's like nowadays. This is so overpriced. I'm going to buy 12. So, maybe there's some realism to it. Maybe there is definitely some realism to it. So these tables, pure revenue generators. So we're going to go ahead and throw a second one in the shop. I always like to do that early on. Because it's literally double the profit it can generate. You make your money back quickly off of play tables, even without the double money mod. We gotta restock base set again. Jeez. Oh, somebody hit the Digimon hard too. Holy cow. Oh, jeez, guys. Oh, heck. Oh, heck. Okay. I need an employee. Early game is so painful without employees. I wish there was like an employee you just got like to start, like that's the first employee that's kind of worthless. Like I just wish he was like given at the start, just like hey, this is your one worker. It's like it's a guy you've known since childhood. He's kind of lazy and slow, but he's gonna help you start your business, kind of thing, like narratively for the narrative they're trying to get in this game. That would make sense, and it would make the early game not so painful. And it would definitely make sense narratively as to why you have such a worthless employee. Because, that employee is... It's awful. It's awful. It's like the kind of people you get when you hire in real life nowadays. Let's see. Ah! Okay. We gotta restock Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah. Okay. Jungle is good. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is really what's hit the hardest at the moment. Let's slap a box of Yu-Gi-Oh! In our cart here. Okay. Oh, we need Tetramon packs bad. Okay. Good to know. These are so cheap. Let's just, yeah. We may never have to buy it again. Nah. Tetramon always honestly sells pretty well. Even like late game, the most basic set of it still sells pretty well. So that's a pretty decent single to slap out there at the beginning here. We've definitely not ripped enough packs early game to support a singles table yet, which I think is the next goal after letting 10 customers play in your shop. So we're definitely going to have to rip some packs. We're going to have to restock. I'm going to have to figure out what I want to put on that other shelf. I'm going to have to figure out getting another warehouse shelf to fit whatever we get to stock. But yeah, that's like progression-wise, we're kind of between a rock and a hard place in that. Base set. Okay, we're pretty good. I gotta figure out what we want to throw here. Yeah, see, buy a card table and put it in the shop. That's singles. Shop is lacking today. Okay. I mean, I guess we could start the HoloLive variety being thrown in. It always sells pretty good. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. Maybe Lorcana. Maybe now's the time to start Lorcana. Lorcana always sells pretty well. All right. Yeah, I'm feeling it. That's 675 to get these 2 licenses. Let's bite the bullet. Oh my god. That is so expensive. Oh, that hurt. Lorcana hurts to stock. We can't even afford to get a warehouse shelf now. Oh, Lorcana, you're killing me. This was not the time to do a Lorcana. This was not the time. I mean, we can technically afford a warehouse shelf. We can technically afford it. But then we're not really getting anything else. And we're not going to be able to afford anything to rip if we do that. Because we've got to restock and rip. That's worthless to have. Okay. Alright. Oh, thank you for buying Lorcana. Thank you for buying Lorcana. That is a big help. Okay. Bro, this Digimon set is flying off the shelf. I cannot keep it in stock. So I definitely want to make sure I have some. Oh, wow. We are rolling. This one's not as popular as this one, but it's still selling pretty well. Jungle. Ouch. So we need jungle. Okay. We need jungle packs. And then we need that other Digimon. Let's see where we're at after doing that, just to be stocked. Okay, just to be stocked, we still have enough for a warehouse shelf. But then we won't have any money to rip. And I kind of want to rip. Early game, ripping isn't for collecting purposes. Ripping is definitely for... Oh, but we're ripping for a singles table we can't afford because it's $400. What's a base set cost? What's base set cost? $113. We're pushing it to be able to afford both. We're going to try. The singles table is going to get cleared out every day. It's very annoying to restock before you have an employee that does it for you. But it is what it is. It's part of the progression of the game. Jungle, honestly, is better to rip profit-wise, but I don't think we can afford... We can afford jungle. Let's rip jungle. It's the bigger risk, but it's the more expensive cards. Let's do it. Because we're not trying to collect right now, so I don't really care about the fact that we're going to do base set before we do jungle collecting-wise. Yeah, so now we get to just rip cards. It's fun. This is the early game ripping is all part of the fun. It gives us lots of experience. I'm pretty sure you profit off of every pack of jungle. It'd be really hard to lose money on jungle packs because of the rare in every pack. So I'm not too worried about ripping jungle. It's always a money-making proposition early game here. I forget what the unit cost is of a pack, but I mean, definitely not $7 because we don't even sell it for $7. So that's how I know. That Pikachu is awesome. Oh yeah, the Scyther. That's what I was saying about Jungle. Is the evolutions kind of steal the show? You know, you got the Snorlax too, but that Scyther is sick. The Scyther to me is the most nostalgic of the Jungle Pack. Um, my first ever um, Jungle Pack in real life had a Scyther in it. Yeah, so $2.46 is all you have to beat to profit off of a ripping jungle. So we definitely hit that. Whenever we rip jungle. I'm hoping for a hollow. The Vaporeon hollow would be ideal because that's like a huge card. Obviously, the Snorlax hollow would be the most ideal because that's the chase card. But I'm just saying, like, I'm thinking of, you know, a hollow that would probably sell at my shop level. Because you got to take that into consideration when you hit these big hits early game. Is you're kind of a low shop level, so people are coming in with a lower budget. So if you have like $1,000 card, if you hit that base set Charizard on your first base set pack, you're gonna kind of just be stuck with holding the bag on that one where it's sitting for days in game. You know, like you're gonna have so many customers look at it and be like, "Oh, reasonably priced, but I can't afford it," or "If only I had enough money," and yada yada yada. Like you're gonna get a lot of that if you put out like a base set Charizard early game. So you really want to stay on the lower end of the high end cards early game just to be able to move them. Because revenue generation is the name of the game early on. We just got the Eevee. Oh god, that Eevee. I had so many copies of that Eevee. I ripped a lot of Jungle as a kid. I realized. I ripped more Jungle, I think, than anything other than Team Rocket. So, as a kid, I think it was Jungle and Team Rocket were the two that I ripped the most of. I didn't rip a whole lot of base set and base set 2 just because it kind of came out between Jungle and Fossil. I did rip some Fossil. The only booster box I ever ripped as a kid was a Jungle booster box, so I had a lot of dupes of the Jungle stuff. Um, it was a birthday gift, Christmas gift, something like that. But that's the only booster box. That's actually the only booster box I've ever really ripped in my life. I've been a part of a booster box break, like a group break, but we've not. I've not gone solo on a booster box in my life other than Jungle when it was given to me as a present. That was back when like Black Friday had deals where you get like a $60 booster box. I was seeing an ad from a Black Friday deal at I think it was Toys R Us, um, from the '90s, and they had base set booster boxes for $40, and then they had any booster pack for $1. Like imagine going back in time to that Black Friday because you know they had tons of stock. You know they had it. Like, and they had no buy limits. Like if you could go back in time and just buy those $40 base set booster boxes and just store them properly, that you would be a millionaire today. Like that's insane to me. That they just had deals like that because even in modern day you couldn't do that on Black Friday. They had collection boxes at Walmart on Black Friday this year. It was like what set was that? I'm drawing a blank on what set it was. Anyways, they had a set that was like the but it was like a collection. You had two promos. It was one of them was Snorlax and Blissey, the other one was Greninja and Kingdra. And anyways, those boxes were market price, like almost not market, excuse me. They were MSRP almost. Actually, they were a little over MSRP, I think. But either way, that was their Black Friday deal on Pokemon cards, and they had to set a buy limit for those, and they set the buy limit at 5 per UPC per customer. So 2 customers cleared out because they got 1 pallet of them. It was insane. It was like I would say 2 customers. That's a bit of an exaggeration, but um, I was I had to work Black Friday because I work retail. I had to work Black Friday this year, and well, this last Black Friday, not this coming Black Friday, but this last Black Friday, which oh my gosh, that was so long ago now, but I remember it like it's yesterday. Anyways, I had to be there at like, I had to be there at 6 a.m. or whatever at one of my stores, um, and I think it was 6 a.m. It might have even been 5 a.m. I don't know, but anyways, I walked in and I saw him putting out the pallet, and I was like, hey, because I'm third party. I don't work for Walmart, but I was like, hey, I want to grab one of each of those so I can give them to my son for Christmas. I was like, I want to grab one of each. And I was like, can I grab those because I know they're not going to be around. And luckily, had a good enough relationship with that worker. They're like, yeah, and they like kind of slipped me two of those boxes. Otherwise, I wouldn't have got my hands on them because we literally had customers lined up outside, like lined up in chairs waiting to get those. So it's insane. And there was somebody that set up a little folding table out in the Walmart parking lot by 7 a.m. and had stacks of those boxes. I don't know how he got around the buy limit or what he did, and he was selling them for double what the Walmart was selling for, and people were lining up to buy them from him. That's the scalping problem with cards. So the whole point is that even if you try to do $40 booster boxes on Black Friday day, somebody would get shot. Like 100% guaranteed, somebody's getting shot over a $40 booster box. The line would start a month before the Black Friday sale. There would be a line wrapped around the Walmart parking lot for a month. People would move into the Walmart parking lot to make sure they got a $40 booster box. You could set all kinds of limits for it and everything, and it still would be chaos. And it doesn't even matter what set it is. It could be pitch black. It could be perfect order. It could be sets that people quote unquote don't even want. You say that about these sets, but the pitch black drop on Target the other night was literally sold out, I think, within 2 minutes or something like that. Like even sets that are quote unquote undesirable, they can't keep them in stock. So what are we talking about here? Like $40 booster boxes? It's crazy how the hype beasts have changed the TCG game, because TCG has always been desirable. Like TCGs have always been desirable to those who collect it, those who play it. But it's not always been so desirable to the masses that you have lines stretched around the Sam's Club parking lot for hours on end. You have people stabbing each other over it. You have this whole thing. Oh, banger! Finally got a holo. Whoop, whoop. Holo rates in this mod for these older sets is 1 in 36 because it's like one per booster box, quote unquote. Although you buy them in cases of 64, but that's the whole thing. It's like it's supposed to feel like if you opened a booster box in real life, you got one holo, which is pretty standard to what real life was like. So for us to go this far into a case for a holo is crazy, but we did. But yeah, anyways, like the hype beasts that have like, it's not even the hype beast. I don't even know what the word is, but it's really the sneaker bros coming over to TCG after the sneaker bubble popped, because it's scalping, and it's the rip and shippers on freaking whatnot. Like it's the fact that these people are hoarding, and they're hoarding because they see base set and they're like, oh, one day this is gonna be worth million. No, it's not. Okay, the whole reason that base set is because of scarcity, right? There's a scarcity in the market because all of that got ripped back in the day. There wasn't people hoarding it. There were some that were smart enough to collect sealed, but that, like, having a huge sealed collection isn't a thing. When people are like, oh, I'm buying all this for a sealed collection. No, you're not. You don't need a collection of 37 ETBs from Pitch Black sealed. That's not a collection. That's a hoarding. You're planning to sell those in the future. But there's not going to be a scarcity because you have 37, and the 10 guys in line behind you also have 37. Oh, second holo, let's go. So there's not a market scarcity. And I've seen a lot of movement in as far as people trying to cash out at like 80% of market right now, which 80% of market is still over MSRP. Don't get me wrong. So they're still scalping, but they're trying to cash out because they're realizing they're sitting on all this undesirable product. You've got what's going to actually be desirable in 10 years coming out with the 30th anniversary set. And they've got all their capital invested in these sets that aren't going to, go up over time. So I don't know. This whole rant essentially just leads to the fact that it's a lot of people getting into the market, not understanding why old Pokemon cards are so valuable, and a lot of it's nostalgia. And I think it's funny that a lot of the demand for this is nostalgia, and they think that newer stuff is going to hit the same in the future. But what they don't realize is the fact that they're scalping it. My kid hasn't opened product since Black Friday when I got those 2 boxes. That's the last time my kid was able to rip. Think about that. It's been almost a calendar year since he found product to rip, because I refuse to buy scalped product. I won't buy product over MSRP. He doesn't get to rip product if it's over MSRP. So to rip product, he has to find it at MSRP, and he can't. These scalpers are preventing kids from having nostalgia for sets. How can he have nostalgia for a set he never ripped? So that's the thing, is they're killing and shooting themselves in the foot, their own market in the future, and they don't even realize it because they don't realize why Pokemon cards it's so expensive to begin with. It's nostalgia from an era gone by. When this era goes by, you're going to have nobody with nostalgia for the sets they never got to rip. Their thoughts about it are going to be negative because they're going to be like, I never found it. Like, that is, that's just, I don't know. I'm ranting a little bit. I know I am, but it's so funny to me that it's people in quote unquote investing in something they don't understand. It would be the same as trying to invest in the stock market when you don't fully understand what the stock market is. Like, you're throwing money away. You're and like I said, I'm starting to see more and more where they're cashing out on their whole stock at 80% market, and it's like, what's going to happen in the future is you're going to see more and more of these guys getting out, but they're selling at 80% of the market. They're selling to themselves. So somebody else is going to say, oh, Pitch Black's going to be worth something one day because nobody likes it. And they're going to cash all these other scalpers out at 80%. And these scalpers are going to, go in on the 30th anniversary set, which the 30th anniversary set is going to do numbers in the future. There is a nostalgia based on that set because you've got the the iconic Charizard, you've got the Lugia, you've got the Moonbreon. Like, you've already got built-in nostalgia to that set that people are going to have nostalgia for those eras going by. So that set, yes. But these people that are going to buy out the other scalpers as scalpers themselves on the Pitch Black and stuff, and they're going to realize nobody has nostalgia for the Pitch Black set. It wasn't that liked of a set when it first came out, number one. And number two, the kids who could develop some nostalgia for this era of Pokemon cards aren't getting to because they're not getting to rip enough to, develop it. Like, they might find one pack here or there and they get to rip it. Nobody has nostalgia over ripping one pack of Pokemon cards. Like, if I had a set back in the day, if I'd only ever ripped one set of Jungle, I wouldn't have such a nostalgia for it. But like I said, that's a booster box I ripped as a kid, So it's like I have some nostalgia for that set. But I wouldn't have it if I'd only ever found one pack of it. If I'd only ever gotten one pack in my life, I'd be like, yeah, I opened that one time. I remember vaguely. I can't even tell you what's in that set. That would be the consensus from a lot of people if it was like that back in the day. So people don't understand the Pokemon card thing, and then they get into it. It's insane to me. Oh wow, the Mr. Mime is already going to sell. That's big. That's huge for us. So yeah, if you are a scalper and you're watching this, yeah, thanks for ruining the hobby, jerk. And if you say, I'm not a scalper, I'm an investor. I'm not a scalper, I'm just, I'm a fan of Pokemon and I like to have a sealed collection. Okay, cool. Show me your sealed collection where you have one of each item. That's a collection. Again, having 37 sealed ETBs is not a collection. What are you doing here? That's not a collection. You're lying to yourself and everybody else to try and make it seem not as bad as it is of what you're doing. Again, you're preventing children from, having nostalgia to where your inventory is going to be worthless one day. Congratulations, you're shooting yourself in the foot. I hope you never sell it. Or I hope when you do, it ends up being sold below MSRP, like after the COVID bubble, where everybody heavy went into scalping the crap out of 151 was left holding the bag, and then 151 was sitting on retail shelves at MSRP. People were sitting on it, and they were selling them below MSRP. I hope you have that bubble again. That's what I hope happens. Like, I hope that bubble pops, and you're left holding the bag. And you have credit cards you can't pay off that you put all of that on. That's what I hope for anybody that scalps. Nobody that scalps deserves to cash out and make money. And some people are like, oh, it's just a hustle, man. It's just a hustle. Don't be jealous that you work a 9 to 5 while this is what I do. And it's like, okay, yeah, but you're scummy for what you do. Like, you're not a hustler. You are literally just like, it should be illegal. Scalping should be illegal. And scalping's been a thing since the beginning of time with event tickets and all of that. Like, I get it, okay? Scalpers are going to be a thing no matter what. But it's happening at such a wide scale that it's completely killing an entire hobby. Like, there's so many people I know that are like, oh, yeah, I love Pokemon cards, but I gave up. Like, the hobbyists are giving up. And eventually all that's going to be left is scalpers. And right now, scalpers are selling to rip and shippers. Rip and shippers are selling because people can't find product. So once everybody gives up because they can't find product because of the scalpers that are selling to the rip and shippers that are scaling, that, you know, the endless cycle here, once that catches up with itself, it's going to be so funny because they're going to have killed their own market and they don't even realize it. They don't even realize it because they don't understand the thing that they're scalping. All they know is, I buy this for this money and then make more money. That's all they know. They don't understand why they're making money off of it. And if they did understand, they'd stop doing what they're doing and they'd change their ways because, well, you're, again, shooting yourself in the foot. Because once everybody gives up on the hobby because they can't find product, the rip and shippers are going to stop having viewers, and then the rip and shippers are going to dump. They're gonna, and I already saw one rip and shipper dump their entire, it was like 3,000 packs or something like that, 3,000 individual booster packs. Now, again, this rip and shipper weighed every single pack, so I'm sure that, you know, any god packs aren't in there. But whatever. The point is that the rip and shippers are dumping their stock because they're already seeing the writing on the wall. They're dumping more modern sets, obviously. You know, the most recent modern sets, but the whole principle behind it is they are dumping out of that because they are realizing that it ain't the gold mine they thought it was going to be when they got into it. So yeah, once rip and shippers start dumping because people stop rip and shipping because they couldn't find product, well, congratulations, you were a self-fulfilling prophecy. You destroyed your own market. And like, I get it, right? Lining up at Sam's Club, if you're a collector, and getting one of the Ascended Heroes boxes that they had, or getting one of the Prismatic Evolution collection boxes, it's something like that. Like, getting one of those, go for it. You're a collector, you want to rip it. Yeah, line up, wait for it, because that's what you do. I lined up and waited for a Switch 2 because I wasn't going to pay a scalper for a Switch 2. I get it. Like, I waited for hours for my Switch 2. But the point is that I bought one and I opened it and I play it. I didn't line up for those hours. Oh no, somebody's stuck in a wall. Oh heck. Oh geez. Oh no. I killed a customer. That's going to be a bad review. Went to the card shop, died. Oh my gosh. Went to the card shop, spent my life savings. That was that person. That's a rip and shipper right there. Speaking of rip and ship, that person just bought enough product for one stream. That's the thing, is the insane amount of product that rip and shippers burn through. That's the thing. It's like that's why there's no product. Like, the amount of packs that they burn through, and then you'll hear them open them, and they don't even know the name of the Pokemon, and it's so obvious they're just LARPing. As I've been a Pokemon fan for years, and they'll have, I wanna be the very best, like blaring in the background, and they're sitting there going, they're sitting there and going, Grimmer. Oh, it's a Grimmer card. Who wants a Grimmer? Like they don't even know what the Pokemon are, and it's or the one that's like, or they'll just, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. It's very obvious when it's solely about the money. I saw one that opened a Magneton and goes, what the heck is this Pokemon? Never seen this Pokemon before. It's like, that's a Gen 1 Pokemon. You can't claim that I've been a fan for years, but these new Pokemon I don't know nothing about. And they get a Magneton and they're like, I've never heard of this Pokemon. What do you mean? What do you mean you never heard of this Pokemon? It's a Gen 1. You've been a fan since the very beginning, is what you said. But you don't know what a Magneton is? That's hard to believe, buddy. Because you've been a fan since the beginning. You remember the Magneton and the type change in Gen 2 and not knowing about it? And being like, why is my Typhlosion's fire spin super effective? And then you thought for a while that fire was super effective against electric. Because you didn't realize it changed to a steel type. Oh man. The good old days before the internet had information on everything before the game came out. Those were the days. Those were the days. And your fire type starter with all fire moves. Ember, flamethrower, fire spin. Let's go. Goated moveset. Man. Pokemon used to be so pure. What happened to it? A lot of $8 cards. What you gonna sell me, an $8 card? No thanks. Man, that rant took up a lot of the screen time of this video, didn't it? Current state of Pokemon cards. I guess it's relevant, so you know at least it's not an off-topic rant. That's the majority of this video. That would be unideal. If this were like a Minecraft video and I'd spent that long ranting, I guess that would be worse than ranting about Pokemon cards in a Pokemon card video. We need Digimon. We need Digimon. God, Digimon's expensive. I have some nostalgia for Digimon, but these pack arts are not triggering anything, but I have a ton of Digimon cards, but I couldn't even tell you what set they're from or nothing. I don't even remember the packaging for it. I just remember ripping Digimon as a kid. Man, Lorcana came at the right time, huh? Right when TCG started to get hyped. Same for the One Piece TCG. Like, holy timing, Batman. Oh, speaking of One Piece will be in this mod alongside Gen 2 and Hololive when in Gen 1. So unlike all these additional ones, it's going to be in the base mod. So yeah, there might be a One Piece mod out there, but I didn't seek one out because I'll just wait for the official one through the base mod. I like One Piece, but I've literally never seen One Piece TCG in the store, so I've never got to rip it, so I don't know anything about it. But I love One Piece as a show, so I'll definitely be adding it, and I'll be ripping it, and I'll be experiencing One Piece live, essentially, when that happens, so... Like, that's cool. Not live, blind. Good lord. I use the wrong word sometimes. All right, jungle booster boxes are restocked. Thank you. Okay. Money, money, money. Money, money, money. $27 for a booster box of Ace set. Anybody in? Go halvesies on that with me. No deal at that cost. Why are people so upset about the Tetramon pricing? It's literally priced like everything else. I don't understand. Market price 10%. Yeah, it's going up. I don't understand. I don't understand. Don't understand. What do you got? No, thank you. Okay. Bring. Bring. Alrighty. What? No thanks. Base set booster box. Cannot keep these in stock. Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm struggling to keep in stock too. Holy cow. I think what we want to do for Yu-Gi-Oh! Is top that up. Oh, that's expensive. Yeah, let's add some variety. Okay. We can afford to add the variety right now. If we can afford it, we need to do it. We're actually good on everything. We don't really need to do any buying of restocking. So the first thing we need to check is, can we do a shop expansion yet? We can. Okay, so it's 1100, 1500, 1800. Yeah, we're going to do the full expansion we can do, because that's going to fully... Yeah. You always want to do them. You always want to wait till you can do it all at once, because then you get these weird like alcoves and things if you don't, like, you know what I mean. When I say alcoves, probably. But like, it expands, since backwall expands in chunks, in 4 different chunks. So it would have been like this chunk and that chunk would have went if you only did 2, and then these 2 would still be where they were at, and you just get an awkwardly shaped store. So until you're done expanding outwards this way, you want to do it 4 at a time. But then when it starts going this way, you want to do it 3 at a time, because that's 3 chunks versus the 4 chunks there. So just a little tip. Just a little bit of a tip. Okay. Now we could probably put another warehouse shelf there without killing a customer. Be ideal. But we can't afford to do that because we just spent a chunk of our money to do that. But we have room to breathe. I hate how cramped the shop is early game. It drives me nuts. We can technically fit another shelf here and another warehouse here. So we can technically do, because that's 4 products, and that's 4 products. So we can technically expand our product offering. But we don't really have the money for licenses, shelving, and all of that at the moment. So the best course of action to generate revenue is rip. Always rip. So that's... Can we afford a pack opening machine? Like even the smallest one yet? When does that come? Because I'm so sick of ripping packs. No, just level 16. I don't want to do any ripping until we have a pack opening machine, because ripping is so tedious. But oh yeah, we can hire our employee. I'm gonna take that. I want to hire an employee. And can we... No, we can't do card pricing yet. Dang it. Okay. Okay. But we have an employee. Let's go. It's the worst employee, but we have an employee. Level 20 is when this can start to be auto-stocked, because it's so tedious to stock this. Really, at this juncture, what I normally do is... We shouldn't stock it until we rip. That would be smart. Okay. Usually what I do at this juncture is only stock the table at the beginning of the day and then restock it at the end of the night. I don't restock throughout the day. You saw me do that, though, just in the middle of that day because it was a little bit of a lull in customers. If I have a lull in customers, I'll do that. But if not, it's too tedious. I want to rip a bunch so I have the inventory. But at the same time, I don't really want to rip a bunch because it's so slow without the pack opening machine. I'm so conflicted as to what to do here. I know this is probably a crazy move, but I just want to see something. We can't afford it. Dang it. I want to rip something that's going to give us some fire, like. We're doing it. 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 I just want higher value. That's all it is. I just want some higher value, you know? Hello, Mickey Mouse. Give me some money. Oh, I love the back of that. See? Like, look, yeah, $7 at a time. Oh, Lady Guard. Let's go. Look at that pack value. Look at that pack value. But that's because the price per pack is higher. Oh, we got the mouse. We got the mouse. Oh, Tigger. Oh, Donald Duck. This is a fire pack. Holy cow, we got the mouse, though. The mouse is going to shut this video down because he's in it. Stitch! Wally. Okay, alright. Alright, this was fire. This was a good idea. Hopefully our customers can afford these cards. Bro, we got some fire stuff. I love the back of these cards. Did that Eeyore just say $2,000? Or did I misread that? No, that Eeyore said $2,000. What? What? And we're getting a ton of XP. This was worth it. This was worth it. As long as we can sell these cards. If we can't sell these cards, then we're kind of cooked, chat. Because the Eeyore for sure isn't going to sell yet. I can tell you that. 2,000 at this juncture of the game is crazy. I mean, it might. I'm going to throw it out there just to see what happens. I've sold a $6,000 card early game before. That was just luck, though. Oh, the Stitch again. That's a different Wally, isn't it? Oh, a Dory. Cool. Cool. I can't believe that Eeyore, though, man. That felt so hype. Bro, we're getting so many of the mouse. We're getting a lot of these Ruby Wallies, too. Oh, there was another $2,000 card. Another banger. I don't even know who that character is. Maybe I should go a little slower so I could read the cards. Oh, the Dumbo is 60 cents. Thanks for wasting my time, Dumbo. I'm sorry, that felt mean to say Dumbo. There's a mod out there where you can like sell your cards, quote unquote. Like instantly. But that feels really cheaty. Kind of against the you know, like it's against the, what's the word I'm trying to find? The spirit of the game. I mean, I guess the double XP and the double money kind of is too, but not really entirely. It's just double the mechanics that are already in place. That's why I don't feel too bad about doing it. Technically, with the double money, we could sell a lot more if I just did market minus 10% and rounded. Like, if I did it that way instead of the plus 10%. Oh, we unlocked the warehouse. Yes. We got to make $5,000 dues. 5,000 extra dollars on top of what we need to keep ourselves stocked and keep the save progressing. We got to make money on that. So yeah. Let's see here. This is fun to open. Disney Chrome. This is a super expensive, like stupidly expensive thing, isn't it? The Disney Chrome. Like I think I've seen somebody open this on YouTube before. Let's see. Disney Tops Chrome. Yeah, this is super expensive, man. What's a blaster box? How many packs come in that? Does it say? 2 exclusive Ray Wave parallels inside every box. Okay. 32 total cards. It's $60 for 32 cards, not packs. 32 cards is $60. That's nuts, bro. That's nuts. Okay. Well, I'll never open this in real life. That's what I just learned. Oh my god. I was gonna say this is fun to open. I wonder what this costs to do. Like I'd like to open some of this in real life. Nope. $60 for 32 cards. For tops cards at that. That's crazy. I heard a rumor that Pokemon's gonna do another top set. I hope they really do. See if we can find anything on that rumor while we're ripping. Hmm. I'm not finding anything on it. Sorry for the pause there. I was looking. I was reading. So the voice actor for Ash, I guess, posted on like Instagram or something like 8 months ago. The little signature stickers that they put on cards for signature cards that she had filled out those for those and it looks like a top signature thing. So that's the rumor. Nothing confirmed by Pokemon or Tops though. I don't know. It'd be cool if we got another Pokemon Top set, but at the same time, it wouldn't be cool because, well, back to my rant from earlier, nobody would buy it and nobody would have nostalgia for it. I have nostalgia for the original Tops Pokemon cards, but wouldn't have nostalgia for these because nobody would let you buy them. They'd be gone. This has been an insane boost in level just from the experience. By the way, this is crazy. This is definitely a good roll of the dice, I'd say, especially if these cards actually sell. Like I said, the $2,000 ones I'm a little worried about, but the $100 each dollar ones, you saw that Mr. Mime went pretty quickly. So I got another one of the Eeyores. Um, Yeah, we'll be fine. The these lower value ones will sell for sure. For sure they'll sell, and we'll make our money back on the case we bought because we paid like $900 in the case. It's like selling 3 of these cards, and we're right back to making it back. We're Gucci. We are Gucci. This was perfect. Um, we don't talk about Bruno. No. I just saw Bruno. Ariel. That was a fire card. Bambi. Wally. Bruh, that's the thing about these top sets though. When you're doing a collection in this game, is there's so many different versions of the same freaking card, and it's like it takes forever to pull because you keep pulling the same version of that one card. Ugh, frustrating. I thought I had turned off that hollow pattern with the dots. I needed to look into that in the settings because I know there's a setting for that. They use that weird like patterned dots on the hollows because this base mod comes with a hollow overhaul as well. Hercules, Elastigirl, Pete Stop. No, that's Guido, not Luigi. That does the Pete Stop. Let's see. What's it under? Holographic overhaul. No, it's in the prefab loader. Sparkle foil enabled. No, you want this off, I believe. Let's see. We'll see. It's either you want that setting on or off for the hollow pattern to look right. I just don't ever remember which. Yeah, see how the hollow doesn't have that weird like grid effect on it now? Yeah, that's what we wanted to do. Cinderella. See, that was a different Donald Duck than the 15 we've already pulled. I'll show you the collection tracker after we get done ripping all these packs. Like, you see, we have so many new cards each and every pack, just because, like I said, there's like 300 different versions of the same card. Yeah, see, like the mouse. How many times have we seen the dang mouse? Oh, there's Ralph. I don't think we've had a Ralph yet, have we? We have not. I like that lady card that we keep getting a lot of. I like that Stitch card too. See, I feel like we're ripping this many packs. I'm almost not wanting to sell it unless I have a dupe of it because I kind of want to make this collection now because this is cool. We got Mac. I saw Mac. I have a lot of fond memories of cars. My son had a big cars phase when he was little. We watched a lot of cars in this household. A lot. Oh, the bulk donation box. Sweet. That's always a fun thing. We do not have near big of a shop to fill one of those right now, but when you have pack opening machines and you're ripping a lot and you have 2,000 of each common in a set because you're ripping to complete the set, that's when that comes in clutch because you just throw them all in there and customers love when you have one of those because what that is you throw your bulk in it and customers just take it for free, which I wish was a thing in real life. Every shop sells bulk, like 10 cents a card now. Back in the day, I'm sure that was a thing. But now even bulk, people are like turning and flipping bulk on TCG Player. Complete your master set on my shop on TCG Player. $1 a card. And they're making money hand over fist doing that. Oh, it sickens me. Even bulk nowadays is scalped, which is crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Bulk used to be like, hey, kid, you want some bulk? Now it's like, I know what I have. Alright, let's see. Let's go to collection tracker. And yeah, 280 out of 2,144 cards. 2,144 cards in this set. Like, yeah, see, there's 3 different common Minnie Mouses. Like, it's just insane to me. Look at all the different ducks. All the different Plutos. Like, there's just, and that's just in the commons. And so all of these characters are going to have an uncommon version. All of them are going to have a rare version. All of them are going to have a common foil. All of them are going to have an uncommon foil. And all of them are going to have a rare foil. Like, it's just, it's so much. So much. That's why we're missing 1,864 cards. Maybe that's not a set I want to collect. I changed my mind. Like, look at this. Look at this. This is my most expensive cards that I own. Like, it takes that long to get to Pokemon. We're going to quick flip back to the front. Okay, so we have 2 of these guys. So. Oh my god. That's not going to sell. That's not going to sell. Who is this? Miriam Mendelssohn. Why am I drawing a blank on who this is? I don't know who that is. I don't know that character. Ooh, we got a lot of that Ariel. That was a banger card to get a lot of. $430 redos. Yes, please. Yeah, we just got to sell 3 of these Ariels and we're in the profit for that entire case. Oh, we got a lot of that Wally, didn't we? Okay. We're going to see how doing these higher end singles goes for us. If we don't sell any at all, we'll know that we're not there yet. But like I said, I think the $300-ish ones will sell. They should. I don't see a reason they shouldn't. It's not going to be for every customer, obviously, but yeah, for the most part, those should do pretty well. And it should be a big boost to our revenue. This recording is super long. I think the way we're going to do this video, and I've waited an hour and a half into the video to say this. You're probably watching this this is like episode 3 or whatever. I'm just going to break it down. This is going to be more of a long play style with commentary. Just because this game is like, it's not really conducive to like cutting it up into distinct parts of like day 1, day 2. Like that doesn't feel worth it. Or I may break it up like that. I may go in and just edit it and like cut it like each day as its own episode. Oh wow, look, we already sold an Ariel. Yeah, I told you those would sell. Look at that. And there's another Ariel, and boom, we've done it. We've done it. We've made back our money and then some. 2 cards, that's all it took. I thought it was 3. I had really bad math there. Wow. Okay. So we're in a really good spot. I'm glad we did what we did. I'm glad we took the risk to rip the Chrome case. I thought that maybe it was a little crazy to do, and it probably was a little crazy. It's probably a drastic, step to take in that scenario. I forgot we have this guy now. So I want your set price is your primary task. So we do market price, 10% round up, set card price. Okay. That is your but your secondary task is restocking shelves. So once you're done setting the price every day, so this way you know you're keeping up with your pricing and you don't have to manually do it. So your pricing is always consistent. The dude is kind of slow, but it's actually one of the best uses for him. And you can set a secondary task to still restock shelves. So you're still going to have somebody restocking your shelves. I should have thought about that at the beginning of the day. So I've wasted the beginning of the day. He would already be done with that. And then he could be on to stocking the shelves for me. But, it is what it is. We made the mistake. We'll move on. I forgot I'd hired him. Oh, thank you for buying that card, sir. I appreciated your patronage. I do not appreciate your patronage. One booster pack, bruh. Although that's totally me walking into a store. One booster pack. I can afford one booster pack. Let's rip it. I went to a store the other day and I needed some bulk cards just for my Pokédex binder. Spent like a couple hours there going through all their bulk with my son, and we spent like $4 after being there. We're that customer. But I mean, they have bulk for that reason. They have the bulk boxes to go through for that reason. So it's fun going through the bulk, seeing. They actually had a bunch of like vintage bulk on top of the modern bulk, so that was nice to see. Honestly, you would think that a lot of the bulk bins now would be. And I mean, it did lean modern heavily, but there was also a lot of Sword and Shield era, which I loved a lot of the Sword and Shield era because again, I ripped a ton of Sword and Shield era, like Pokemon Go, Shining Fates, Astral Radiance. Like I ripped a bunch of that era, so like it's not nostalgia because it's not been that long, but I definitely have a lot of fond memories. I think is the right wording. Why are you shaking your head at me? You're the one trying to walk through a person. That's not on me. The pathing in this game could definitely use a rework. Because customers will get stuck on stuff and then sit there and get angry that they're stuck on it. And it's like, don't walk through a human being. I don't know. Feels like common sense to me. Oh. Oh no. Somebody bought the big single. We're about to get a huge boost in profit. Was it you? No. You're just a Yu-Gi-Oh customer. It was you, wasn't it, Glasses? No. Was it you, Magneton lady? Another empty shelf. It's gonna be you, isn't it? You bought the Eeyore. Bang! I told you somebody might buy it. You just funded our warehouse, lady. You just funded our warehouse. Wait. We just sold both of the high end. Oh. Oh. Oh, yes. This is nuts. And it's only 2 p.m. This is nuts. This is nuts. We're definitely going to be able to afford the warehouse now, so I'm going to go ahead and buy that. I'm going to go ahead and buy that, buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it. Boom! We have a warehouse space. I want to make sure that you do this, because if you don't, customers will path through here and they'll get mad if you have like a warehouse shelving and everything in their way. So you want to make it to where it's inaccessible. Let me make sure I did that the right way. Yeah. Yeah. Side entrance is closed. So you don't want them coming through here. Oh my god. We are hurting on stock. But I can't get off of the register. Okay, hang on. I need a hero. Where is he? I need a hero. Wow. That one case opening gave us enough singles to where we are in a completely different spot of the game now. That's crazy. Even if those hadn't sold for double price, even if those had sold for normal pricing, we would still be in a different spot of the game now because of that. It's crazy. Man the counter. Primary task. Go, 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 go. So we're going to be able to... You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to leave that there because first things first, we need to restock. Find out what I need to order more of. And then I'm going to buy the bigger warehouse shelving for the actual warehouse part. Because there's no reason to move into this with the small warehouse shelving. There's just no reason. And now we have time to do things like this because we don't have to worry about ringing customers out. All we have to worry about is customers trying to sell stuff. Oh my god. I should be able to stock while you're stocking. Like, this is crazy. Come on, hurry up. Hurry up. If we can get a deal on this, I'll do it. Okay. I said if we could get a deal, I'd do it. And we're not collecting that, so we're throwing that out. We have so many of these Wallies, it's crazy. And we're almost level 20 to where we can have someone do that. But I don't think he's our set price guy and our... I think I would take him off restocking shelves and just have him stock singles. Because his speed doesn't really affect if we do it that way. Yeah, I think that's the move. Oh, that's stocked. Okay. Good price, but I'm broke. See, yeah, the higher end stuff, it takes the right customer, but it is what it is. Okay. I don't want the monster egg. Thank you. We are like completely out of stock. Holy cow. Okay. Match asked, minus 10%. It's a good deal. It's a good deal. I like it. Okay. I feel like we have enough. We don't really have enough stock to make it through the end of the day. Ugh. I'm trying not to have a bunch of stock because I want to redo my warehouse shelving. Where did it go? Did I not purchase? I did. Oh, duh. We have the mod where it delivers to the warehouse. I completely forgot about that. My bad, dog. I was like, I was like, where'd my order go? What kind of glitch was that? What a glitch. I'm just silly. We need jungle as well. I wish we'd unlocked the scanner. The scanner is so good. You can just scan stuff and don't have to go into each individual store. It's like the ultimate lazy tool. Yeah, we're definitely going to be very busy with the end of day 4 here with reworking how the shop is laid out and everything. We have the money to do it, so we definitely need to do it. Like, we'll just move this shelf over and slap a shelf in here because I'm pretty sure we have Fossil unlocked now. Yeah, we do. So we're going to be slapping Fossil in here. Yeah. We're completely out of Yu-Gi-Oh! That sucks. I was hopefully going to have... That drives me nuts when the employees do that. That's why it's part of the in-game overhaul upgrades. Is that they wait until the last customer served. Outrageous! As I stick it in my bag. How much does one of these cost, like unit cost? $1.50. So I could technically sell it for $2 and make 50 cents a pack. Like, I'm not going to make just 50 cents a pack. That's crazy. But I guess if I sold 2, it'd be for 4. And I'd actually be selling it. You know, I'm selling it for 6 now. So I'd be losing $2. I don't know. New worker available. Yes. He's probably a restocker too, isn't he? He is the fast restocker. Okay, this is perfect. Hiring that guy. I'm not even going to think about it. Not even going to think about it. Okay. The reason that's awesome is I will be able to change Slow Dude from stocking to all his job is the singles table. So let's go ahead and start our rework. Okay. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to go in here. Now, you see this is $500, right? This is 1,000. So we're losing $500 on each one of these we buy. But let's go ahead and buy it because we have 4. Oh, no, we only had 3. Ooh, we're taking a little bit of a bath here, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. Don't panic. We have the money, and this is kind of future-proofing our warehouse a little bit for the next couple of new sets we decide to add in. Yeah, no, this is okay. This is okay. And we have a chance to get organized early here, so I want to take it because in my last shop I kind of threw stuff just wherever. So what I want to do is I'm gonna take base set. I'm gonna throw base set there. Okay. And then we want the base set booster box right next to it. Okay, that's very nice and clean looking, right? Then we're gonna throw jungle right there. And then I'm going to throw the jungle booster box right there. Okay. This is for Pokemon. I'm going to put Fossil here. So I want this to also be Pokemon, which is kind of unfortunate because I don't. Okay. So if Fossil goes here, then base set 2 goes here, Rocket, Gym, and then there's a free spot there. Okay. Yeah. So I only need to reserve these 2. Okay. We're fine. Okay. We are going to reserve that. Then we're going to go up here and throw Tetramon here. Now, the rest of these... Okay. So now I want to buy a pack opening machine. We only really need 1 for now. I'm not going to waste the money on 2 just yet. Also, technically, because this one... We're not gonna keep this one for very long anyways. It's the small one. But yeah, when we want to open some packs, we'll have that to rip. Okay, perfect. All right, we now have all of this room opened up. Okay, cool. So this. Okay, at the moment, what we need to do is before I start messing, I've got to make sure that I don't lose quote unquote any items. So I gotta buy the 2 Digimon sets we have. Okay. What level do you unlock the scanner at? I'm just curious, because the scanner is sweet. Okay, we already have it, but it's $12,000 to unlock. I'm not ready to drop 12,000 on that, per se, but let's... Okay, we're going to go ahead and stock the shelf, because I can always move it after stocking it. That's fine. That doesn't hurt anything. Okay, the Tetramon, I don't care if the Tetramon stays organized. I honestly really could care less. Okay. Sorry, I honestly couldn't care less. We need to restock on just to have it back here. We need to have this. Okay. All right. Okay, we have it back here. Okay. And then the Yu-Gi-Ohs. Having the scanner would be so nice, but it's not time for the scanner. It's not time. We need to think strategically here. Like, you know, we need to be all strategical like. Like the Pokemon is the only thing I'm really concerned about keeping organized, honestly. I don't know why. I just that is the feeling I'm having. I don't know. Okay. Now, I'm not going to go crazy adding new product yet because I want to rearrange some stuff. I want to do some stuff. And I also want to have enough singles to maintain the singles table. So, what we are going to do... We're going to change how this is displayed. I like the idea of it being like right here at the front, right? You can see the singles as soon as you walk in. You can see them from the street. And then I want... Where's the card shelf? Okay. And then I want the card storage shelf. Okay. So the card storage shelf, we're going to put it... We're going to put it right here. Okay. So the card storage shelf is really cool. We'll go over that in a bit. Okay, let's see. We have all of that. We could definitely use some base set booster boxes on the shelf. Okay. So they got bought out at the end of the day. Nice. Nice. Okay. I want to... I want to have it 2 deep in every category that we have. Like, I think that would be ideal. But first, let me purchase my licenses that I need for these. Okay. All right. Now, we need to buy a shelf for them out here. I want to be really smart with this money. That's my goal. Okay. So. Fossil is hitting the shelves now. And we are definitely going to leave this spot open for base set 2, just because I know it's coming. I don't know what level, but I think it's like level 26 for both products. No, 28. Okay. So level 26 is when base sets... So I'm going to leave an empty spot for it. Customers aren't going to love that, but I don't care. Okay. Now, next thing. I want to get 2 deep on every product, just because I want to be fully stocked for the next day. It's a good feeling when you go into the... You know you're going into the next day fully stocked, so I need both jungle products. Okay. So that way, since I have a restocker now, I know that the restocker is going to be fine, and I don't have to worry about, like, following the restocker around and seeing what he's running out of. Like, we shouldn't run out of anything if I do this. Not at this point. Now, later on in the game, you definitely still can run out, but at this part of the game, day 4, there ain't no way. Like shop level 20, no, we're not running out of this product. So, unless one of these items is a shopping list item, that is the only reason you should run out this early game. But I don't even really follow the shopping list because you sell just fine without it. Like you could sell a ton with the shopping list, but it's so much micromanaging to keep up with that I just don't. Now later game I will make a shopping list shelf in a like certain part of the store. I do that, but we're not to that point of the game yet. Okay, so there's no point in filling up my card storage shelf yet because we are going to let's send it with 4-pack. Let's send it with 4 cases. We have the money. So the really cool thing about the pack opening utilities mod that I got on here is this. You hit P, hotkey P, and it just puts the things in there. You don't have to manually do it. 72K. Sweet. Okay. 75K. Nice. And now we are level 30. So this is why I didn't spend my entire budget, because I figured we'd be able to do this. Do we have enough? Exactly, almost enough. Perfect. Okay. It's exactly why I did what I did. Okay. We planned that out to perfection. Man, it is launch day for 2 Pokemon sets for my customers tomorrow. They are going to be stoked. This is going to be a big day 5. We can't forget we have a new employee coming in. We need to set. We got to change Drabroni from what he does to what he needs to do. So first thing I want to do is I want to go here. Oh my gosh, we got more Eeyores. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Okay, I'm only going to do one side with those because I do want singles to move, and I don't want it to be a situation where I put out them and you know it ended up shooting me in the foot to where all of my singles are too high end for any of the customers. That's kind of counterproductive to what we're trying to accomplish here. So sweet. Now this is where it comes in really clutch. There's a quick fill option. So we need to go to and it's called brain rot, a little brain rot, because there was a so anything over 50 we want to sell. Anything below 5,000. Okay. And we want one of each copy. Quick fill. So the reason it's called brain rot is the person who made it had some kind of brain rot card set that I just didn't add, but that's why the shop is called that, because I was the original. But yeah. So now we have 744 cards that can be cycled into the singles table. And we didn't have to manually put each one in, which is so nice. Okay. I honestly think we should double up on singles table. Oh, we don't have the money to do it. Shoot. I should have thought about that. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're chilling. We're chilling. So on the next day, what we really need to focus on is making sure we set those tasks correctly for the employees. Because the new employee needs to be only a restocker. And then they're going to have set price as Homeboy's primary duty, like I said. And then his secondary duty is going to be filling the singles table. So okay. I've got Homeboy on his job already. He knows he's to restock shelves. Where's Slowy McSlowerson? Oh, bro, he said so cheap for this card and grabbed an Eeyore? Okay. Alright. Shop is lacking today. Everything's stock. You came for more than... Okay. Actually, I know what I'm going to do. Restock card is your primary task. 10% plus that. Hang on. And restocking shelf is your secondary task. Because I would rather have him do the card pricing and the singles because it's going to take him longer the more product we get to do this part of his job. So that's why we're doing that. I pivoted on my plan. We could definitely afford a second singles table now for sure. So let's throw one of those in there. Where's the singles table? Right there. Before we buy anything, this is a necessary purchase for sure. Okay. All right, we've got 2 new staff members coming in. Perfect. We're going to have a primary restocker that's very fast. We also need a second cash register in here. But before I do that, I think it's time... We can afford it. Okay. We can afford it. It was definitely time. Okay. Now, before homeboy gets here, we need that. Okay. You don't want card trade at every register because then you have to run around. You just want card trade at one, so you only have to pay attention to one register. I've learned that. Make sure this one's, yeah, okay. Alright. Restock shelves, primary task. That's all you will ever do. And you will man a counter as your primary task, and that's all you'll ever do. We'll just go ahead and do that because it gets us on the right track here. So, yep. Things will actually start to flow pretty swimmingly. Now that we've done all of that. Until you get a second restocker, you can kind of help out your restocker. But once you get a second restocker too, then you're pretty much your days are a lot chiller. Like a second restocker, it's very nice when it happens. Usually then you just focus on trades, ripping packs, improving the store as you can. Now I saw in Shop Lot B, yeah, we're almost to where, because I'm pretty sure the way the expansions work that we have. Let me just see. We'll go for it. We'll YOLO it. Yeah, see, it had to have been 4. I expanded too soon. This is what I mean by expanding too soon. So now I have to wait till level 35 until this looks normal again. But we can kind of... We can kind of do this to... utilize our space better. Don't really know what we're doing with all this extra space, but we can utilize it now better. If I can get a deal on it, I'll do it. Let's do 975. If you'll do 975, I'll do it. Awesome. See, ideally, I'd have him restocking shelves. But the problem is if I put this dude on price changes, he won't get to the singles table until later in the day. And then, well, I mean, the singles table can be pretty hit. I don't know. I don't know. That's tough. Yeah, I'm going to make that switch. I don't like this dude being the card pricer. I feel like it's limiting our restocking too much. Restock shelf is your primary task. Confirm. And then we will make restocking cards your secondary task. Yeah. And you will restock cards as your secondary task as well. Okay. Awesome. And you will restock cards as a secondary task as well. So there should always be somebody available to restock cards now. I think that's the way we want to work it, because we want our shelves stocked. Like, that's important. You're wanting to do a good deal on this, so we'll just do 20 even. Did I never turn the light on? I did. Okay. Let's see. Pack openers. Can we get a bigger pack opener yet? We cannot. Okay. I don't want to do 2 of these, but I kind of do. I can sell them back for exactly what I bought them for. It doesn't hurt. Okay. So you'll go here, give them that, and then there we go. Okay. Why are we still struggling to restock? I don't understand. Like, where's the struggle here? Like I have so many on restocking shelf. This shouldn't be a struggle. That's what I was gonna grab. Lorcana was right here. Okay. So we can order. Now we're going for a collection. So this is what that looks like. We got the Zard! Let's go! That's crazy, hit the Zard that quickly. We hit a lot of hollows for 2 cases. Holy cow. I'll take it. What did we not hit in those 4 cases? Let's see. Gen 1, default, base set. We missed in 4. What are we missing? The Blastoise, Venusaur, Mewtwo, Magneton. Okay. That's fair. Let's go again. Bang. We got the Venusaur and the Mewtwo. So we're missing the Magneton and the Blastoise. Magneton and the Blastoise. That's all we're missing. Magneton and Blastoise. Bang. Blastoise. Missing the Magneton. Now we are ripping for a Magneton. You've got to be kidding me. It's so funny because I mentioned the Magneton earlier. I manifested this for some reason. Machamp is cool. It's cool, it's cool, it's cool. We got another Mewtwo. Magneton! There we go. We completed a base set. Woo! So, we can go here. And we have 25% cat capacity. Alright, now we complete 5 sets before we can do that again. Okay. Complete. So our next goal is jungle, which, wow. Oh, I forgot we had ripped some jungle. So we're only 20 cards missing for jungle. So jungle will be quick to complete, or it should be at the least. Yeah, no. Okay. Now, I also will quick fill this. We'll go to Gen 1. We'll go to base set. And we're going to keep the same parameters for everything we quick fill from. I don't want to sell any singles worth less than $50. Selling those cheap singles doesn't do anything for us. So, as you can see, it's really only the hollows from base set that we get to throw in here, but we will be selling a Zard, so that's cool. But, you know, I don't want $12 singles sitting out here. It's just pointless. It doesn't move the needle for progress. And then eventually when I do the quick fills, it'll start being $100 or more. Like, it as you level up, it becomes less and less worth it. We could also upgrade our pack opening machines now. I'm pretty sure to that next level. Yeah. So we're going to take a bit of a loss doing that, but it's worth it for opening more packs at a time. So let's go here now, and we're going to invest 16 grand into opening these. And now we will be ripping more packs. Oh my gosh. I will give you... I mean, it's a Babe Ruth. I want it. You're asking more than market. I can't go more than market. I'll go 2600. There we go. Good deal. Let me just smack that Babe Ruth right onto there. I mean, I wanted it. It was a Babe Ruth. Okay. Okay. Are we like just out of stock on this stuff, or was this laziness? It's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Okay. We are definitely going to have to restock. Now, I think right now is when it's time to invest in the scanner. It's going to suck because we're not going to get to rip quite as many packs as we could have if I don't invest in the scanner right now. But I feel like somebody's watching me. No, but I feel like we invest. If we don't invest in our business will never grow, you know? It's like half of our budget right now, but you'll see why it's so worth it in a second. So, unlock it. It was worth it. Okay. I need 2 of those, 1 of those, 1 of those, 1 of those, 2 of those. Okay. Without even opening the store pages, it's all here. See how that's worth it? It makes the tediness of restocking like completely non-existent. It solves like literally one of my biggest like slowdowns in this game. Boom. And like especially a shelf like this where everything's in a different shop, like this would take so long without the scanner. It's oh yeah, the quality of life alone makes the scanner purchase worth it. Like if I had to go in, because that's 4 different shops there. Yeah, if I had to go into 4 different shops, like I would still be like on the second level, like on the second shelf there, trying to. Yeah, no, nope. Okay, fully stocked up. Now with that 11K, we can rip, or we can expand. The first thing I want to do is, oh, it's level 35. Dang it, we can't. Okay, well, I want to check here. Yes, we can expand the main shop. So we should do that. Like, regardless, when we have the opportunity to do this, we should. Anytime. We could expand our product offerings, but honestly, I really just kind of want to rip. I think we're at the point of the game where what do we got for single stock right now? Do I need a rip for singles? I don't need a rip for singles. We're still good on that. We'll still keep generating revenue that way. I think I can rip for collections. So just to test the waters here on how many packs a machine can hold, I want to do this manually. 320. So we got to do the math on this. Hang on. I'm dumb. 640 divided by 64. That's 10. Gosh almighty. I've been out of school for too long. Okay. So we can get 9 jungle cases. Well, if we can afford it. Oh, yeah. We can easily afford that. Okay. And so, boop. Bang. Wait, what? Did that complete it? No. We're missing the Mr. Mime, which we sold. That's coming back to bite us, isn't it? Hey, got him back. Now we're just missing the Vaporeon Hollow, I think, is all it was, right? Just the Vaporeon Hollow. Just the Vaporeon Hollow. Okay. Wow, we can get Rocket already. Holy cow. Okay. That's our goal for the next day here. Let's just buy as much jungle as we can to try and finish it up. We should be able to get that over the line. And then no Vaporeon. Lots of hollows, though, in that opening. That was a good opening. Nothing. Nothing. Nothing doing. It's the slot machines would say in the old Pokemon games. Nothing doing. But now we can slap the jungles in here because really we were opening for collection, but I guess technically we're opening for singles too. In that case, we threw 20 more singles in here, so that's something. That's some stock. But yeah, not too shabby, not too shabby. And then we'll get to expand to Team Rocket then the next day here, so that's always worth it. And we'll get to expand. We'll get to renovate here, push this wall out, and move this over. So it'll be a big day the next day. Good. Day 6. Bang. We should also be close to hiring our next employee too. We are. This guy is nice. But yeah. Now we wait. Now we wait for the moolah to roll in so we can buy the rocket license, buy the shelving. I kind of want to move. I kind of want to move this. I don't like where that's at, but I feel like there's not going to be a line all day now. Yeah. I don't know. Wait, maybe. No, who's in the... There's no customer. There we go. Okay. Maybe like... No, I kind of want... Just for now. We'll do that. But that's not what I wanted. Okay. There's no customer in the... You gotta be kidding me. Okay. Now. There we go. Okay, now... There we go. That's what I wanted. Okay. Just opens things up a little better there. All of that just to make me feel a little more better with the how open things are. Okay, so this goes... Bang! Yay! And now we can move this to here. Move this to here. This can go here. Here. Okay, and now buy a new one of these. I'm gonna set that in the corner for now, because that goes over here. It goes here. Put it back. Yay! Okay, now we can go in here, and we're gonna spend a lot of money. Worth it. Worth it. Okay. And now we can come here. We've got lots and lots of new sets. Let's go. All right, customers, come one, come all. We have everything you could possibly need. My employees are probably like, please stop buying more product. We can barely keep up as it is. Bunch of whiners. Okay, let's see. Gym Heroes. I'm not gonna lie, if I could like go back in time and go in a card shop, and it was like, you know, had the stock at like MSRP back then, I would have totally like the Gym Heroes Gym Challenge, like that's what I would be ripping. Love that set. Like I said, I have a lot of nostalgia for Jungle, and that's true. And I opened a lot of Jungle, but I love I like Journey Together. One of my most favorite modern sets. I love the partner Pokemon like thing. Like that to me is just exciting. Like I don't know, like so and so's whatever. It's just that's fun, you know. Now we're gonna hire Jabroni here. Now Jabroni here is important because Jabroni here is going to be our card restocker because he's fast, and that's going to be his primary. And then his restocking shelf because we've got 2 primaries on restocking shelf now. So yeah, because this guy's just like worthless. The other guy, he's so slow at everything he does. So it's just not worth it, man. It's not worth it. And I'll take him off of because what's his secondary task is restock the card. Okay, I'll leave it on that. No, that's fine. Okay, we'll have the setup we want here in a second. I just gotta wait on. There you are. Okay, restocking cards is your primary task. 10% round up. Now listen. Restocking the shelf is your secondary task. There we go. That's how I want it. And now we're going to have like a much better kind of like flow here, I think. Because our singles are taking a beating from Slowly McSlowerson here being the secondary. Yeah. It ain't working. It was a good idea in theory until we put it in practice, and Homeboy was just too slow to do it. I'm pretty sure I just cut off one of my stalkers there. My bad. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Imagine that your boss just comes zooming past you and throws something on the shelf right where you were heading to do it. Like, that would be like, all right, grumble, man. What are we doing here? Throw some base set out here. Did he grab base set? No, he got Lorcana. Okay. I was just making sure I didn't do it to him again. We can rip some jungle. So 256 is actually what we're supposed to be. I don't know why it said 640. It was wrong. So it's 256 times 2 is 512. Divided by 64 is 8. So we can get 8 at a time. Let's rip 8 cases of jungle real quick. We got to rip. Alright, there better be a Vaporeon in here. Hey, we completed jungle. Now it's time to complete fossil. Fossil's fun to rip. So we're going to throw 8 fossil in the cart, and we're going to rip it. We got the Gengar. I saw it. I saw the Gengar. We are missing so many. Oh, the Articuno. We're missing all the birdies. No, the birdies. Okay. I love the birdies. We got another Gengar. Hey, the Articuno. I love this Articuno. This is like hands down one of my favorite artworks from Vintage. Is that Articuno? I just love that card so much. Can we afford the next? No, I'm on 55. Okay. Is it about time to? Is it about time to expand on out of there? It is about time to expand on out of there. All right. We about to keep pushing. Push it real good. It's starting to feel kind of empty though. I don't know about that, Chief. Oh, our stock is taking a beating too, but we'll strip some more fossil. We'll be fine. It's fine. Oh, got the Lapras. Like the Lapras. Oh, got 2 birdies. Is that it? Did we do 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 it? One's missing. The Dragonite. Of course it's the Dragonite. Of course it'd be the Dragonite. Doesn't surprise me. Rip it. Let it rip. Alright. We can rip again. We can do it 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 again. Let's do it again. We're going to get that Dragonite. I don't have a problem. I could stop ripping anytime. I want to. I don't want to. Oh, it's not a gambling addiction. It's just fun. What do you mean? Oh, hey, Mom, Dad, wife, kids. What are you all doing here? What's an intervention? If I ever won the lottery, this is how I'd go broke. Let's just rip one more fossil pack. Oh, dear. Come on, the Dragonite's gotta be in this next. It's the next one for sure. For sure. The next one for sure. Imagine going to work. It's like, team, we're a family. And then I'm in the back, like, just shoving cards into a pack opener. Hey. Complete. Nice. Let's throw our fossil spoils in here. No. We still got some jungle to throw in here. That's right. Because we ripped some more jungle. I forgot about that. Alright, we threw our jungle spoils in here. Now our fossil. So we're at 666. Ugh. And then quick fill. Hey, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm not gonna grade any of the unlimited on any of these series, like at all. I'd rather save the grading grind for first editions when we get to ripping that. So we're gonna skip the grading grind for now, and just sell the singles, the dupes instead of. We got the Mewtwo. There's another Zard. We're chasing another Zard. We're chasing another Zard. We didn't really have to chase the other one. It came kind of in our first, rip sesh, but that doesn't always happen. It's definitely not happening. Yeah, we're not close. Okay. We are just eating our profit, like, as it happens. This is crazy, but just keep shoving packs in there. Just keep shoving packs. All right. We can't just keep shoving packs. We can't just keep shoving packs. Hang on. Closing time. Get out of here. Go. We're closed. We're closed. We're closed. Get out. Okay. Scanner. Beep. Beep, beep. 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 And, alright. Ching. I love the scanner so much. I wish that's how inventory worked in real life, man. My job would be so much easier. If I could just scan everything and it would just magically place an order for me. And it'd all come in instantly. Instead of like one box here and then 2 boxes the next day and then a box 6 weeks later. And it's like, hey, the sale we had on this item, the reason that I ordered, 2 boxes of this is it's over, buddy. Well, that's too bad, Grandpa. Yeah. That's my life. Let's see. Nice. 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 Okay. We can rip. I don't have a problem. You have a problem. We can rip. My only problem is there's not enough hours in the day to rip. That's my only problem. Alright, let's see. There's the Charizard. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay. Man, the curse of Charizard being one of your favorite Pokemon is so overhyped, and like anything with Charizard on it just prints money. I love Charizard. It's an expensive Pokemon to love. Why did it not? I guess it did. There's base set 2, there's base set 2, base set 2. Okay, they did do it. I was like, there's no Charizard, but duh, we didn't get a dupe, so. I don't know. Let's. We're just gonna hold on to that Charizard for a reason. That will become clear later. We kind of have $4 grand to spend. I don't really know where to spend it though. That's the problem. Like, we could technically add another shelf because we already have the warehouse space, right? So like we could technically expand our product offering, but we can't really afford like licenses and then stock. We could just really afford the shelf, and then we kind of have just the storage space available for said shelf. So like I don't know. I'm not really. I don't know. But yeah, that'll do it for this recording session. I might just upload this as like a long play kind of thing. Like, you want to watch a 2.5 hour video? Here you go. If you don't, that's cool to you. I don't really care. It's not like I have a lot of viewers. This will probably get a few views here and there. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and see you next time. Bye for now.